Hey guys, GTR here with another old school replay cast. This game is from July 2001, so pretty early on in the age of replays. Anyway, here we are on the map Lost Temple, as expected of this era. Spawning here at the 12 o'clock position as the brown Terran is GG99 Slayer. Not to be confused with Slayer's Boxer. Slayer was a race-picking player from Norway. He played Terran vs Zerg, Zerg vs Terran, and Terran vs Protoss. He was considered one of the best foreigners to play StarCraft during his time, which was around 2000 to 2001. He actually was one of the few foreigners to actually win a major tournament in Korea, where he won the KBK Masters tournament against, I believe, I Love Star, a Korean Zerg player. He also played in a show match during WCG against Slayer's Boxer, where he lost 1-2, but demonstrated that he had the abilities to be one of the best players in Korea. That being said, he was offered to live in Korea as a pro gamer, but the money wasn't working for him, the money wasn't right for him, and also he'd be away from his family for a very long time. He was also very young. I believe he was around 16 or 17 where he was in Korea, so he declined the offer and moved back to Norway, where he would eventually become a engineer or something like that. He was also a professional poker player for a period of time as well. But yeah, a very talented player. There is a documentary on YouTube called Alias Slayer, which follows him during his adventure in Korea. And yeah, a very good watch. I'm not sure if there's subtitles for it because it is in Norwegian, but yeah, worth a good watch. And here at the 7 o'clock position, as the yellow Zerg is Brat Tsunami, or shorthand Tsunami. A very, very, very old school Zerg player. I remember reading battle reports about this guy back in the day. Known for being actually a very low APM player. You gotta remember back around 2001, 2002, Brood War chart, which recorded APM or actions per minute, wasn't a thing back then, so a lot of the top players would be around 200 to 250 APM. Slayer was actually on the high echelon of the APM range, being a very mechanically gifted player, being around that 200 250 in these games. Tsunami was average 100 APM. Having a player that is one of the best in his country being 100 APM is pretty much unheard of these days. I feel like even in the foreign scene, you'd want to have at least a minimum of 150 to 200 to be considered one of the best players in your region. And for Tsunami to be one of the more slower players, and like 100 these days is considered super slow, even amongst, say, C-rank players on the remastered ladder. So yeah, known for his large Sauron styles play against Protoss, where favors the lower tech units and lots of hatcheries and just macros to hell, overwhelms his opponent with mass units. But I'm not really sure what his Zerg vs Terran looks like. It's been a very long time since I've seen his games. Anyway, let's get back to this particular game here on Lost Temple. We do see the one base as expected of Slayer is also getting a quick factory with an add-on. I'm pretty sure he's going to get the quick tanks with siege mode to take control of this high ground. Do see Tsunami getting a third hatchery, getting a lair as well. Interesting placement of the macro hatch, as we call it these days. Usually you'd want to place it here to provide a bit more surface coverage, but I guess It also provides an added benefit of making these two patches a bit more efficient mining-wise. As we do see, Tsunami at the moment is droning up. Speed is on the way. It's around halfway, or nearly halfway done. Group of Zerglings here, just chilling. Not chilling at the choke. And as we do see Slayer now getting that dropship, he's also got the tank, it's getting siege mode, so he is probably most likely going to take control of this high ground. Do see Tsunami sacrifice an Overlord to see what exactly Slayer is doing, and he does scout the starport, so we'll see if Tsunami will get that quick drop upgrade on the lair to deal with the incoming drop, as he is getting the Hydralisk Den for the lurkers. And okay, that's really interesting. So instead of going for the extra Marines and Medic, he's actually going for the SCV. So the idea behind this is that he wants to build a bunker on the high ground to help defend the siege tank from any incoming attacks from the Zerg player. The bunker also does help allow the Terran to be a bit more of a nuisance as well. And the Overlord does scout it though for Tsunami. Let's see if he decides to pull back the drones. Yes, he does. One tank shot does go off, but does save all of those drones. Sunken will go down though for Tsunami, as the Spire is around 3/4 of the way done. Bunker will also complete for Slayer, so that's going to be some additional reinforcement on this particular position. Let's see if this hatchery will go down or if Tsunami will save it. And I really like this move here from Tsunami, just mining from these minerals. It's not really able to do much at this particular position with this being entrenched by the tank and bunker. So just some extra income that... Because there's no need for him to transfer him back to the main base. The main base is pretty well saturated as it is. Spy is done. Mutalisks are on the way. Gets the Scourge out to deal with the dropship. Oh, that's really quick play there from Slayer. Immediately when he sees a Scourge, moves back the dropship, because that dropship is providing the vision to kill off this expansion. And as I say that, the hatchery does go down. Let's go back to the main base of Slayer. He's got a nice SCV saturation. He's also got Starport with the vessel on the way. Mutalisks coming in, trying to take out this tank. Looks like it will, without too much damage. Nice micro on the Mutalisk flock, pulling the ones being targeted back, as Tsunami does retake this expansion. Couple of Scourge flying in here as well to maybe intercept any sort of drops that might come from Slayer. Hydralisk Den has been done for quite some time, but because of the drop, Tsunami hasn't been able to get the Lurker upgrade as far as I'm aware. As we do see a defensive bunker here from Slayer. A lot of Terrans back in the day preferred bunkers with Marines in them compared to turrets to deal with any sort of Mutalisk harass at the main base or any sort of mineral line. They also do help with any sort of lurker drops that might occur from the Zerg player, as the Irradiate is also almost halfway done. Got a third barracks being added from Slayer to continue producing units, Marine and Medic, as expected of this matchup. +1 weapons also on the way for Slayer. No sign of a command center though from Slayer. Perhaps he's going to wait for maybe the +1 to finish before moving out. No, as I say that, looks like he's just going to move out right away. He's got to be careful with this science vessel though. Just got to make sure it doesn't get sniped by the Scourge. As we do see Tsunami cleaning up the cliff drop from Slayer. Doesn't really take too much damage. Oh no! Nice Irradiate. I didn't see the vessel come in. That Irradiate picking off 2 Mutalisks, and it's going to pick off a third right here. And Slayer's actually moving forward with his army. That +1 only around, say, a third of the way done. But no upgrades on these ground units, and because Tsunami was so occupied with dealing with his drop, he doesn't have the lurkers out yet. Tsunami actually just droning the hell up at the moment. But we do see an attack here from Tsunami to try and defend from this attack. Very nice flank with the Zerglings and the Mulus. As an Irradiate does go off from one Mulus, but that's only one Mulus dead for Tsunami. And very nice job there from our Zerg player cleaning up the army of Slayer. Meanwhile, Slayer does take his expansion. It's around 3/4 of the way done. Should be enough units here from our Terran player to defend from a counter attack. As we do see Tsunami starting to get those Hydralisks for those lurkers. No evolution chambers just yet from him though, so won't be seeing the upgrades anytime soon. And it looks like Tsunami will be taking his mineral natural. Frankly, I think a good idea maybe would be to take this 9 o'clock as well. Get that third gas going. As the command center of Slayer does complete, transfers his SCVs and he's going to start harvesting resources from that base. Do you see the Queen's Nest come in for Tsunami? So you should be seeing that Hive Tech done or being evolved once this speed upgrade for the Overlords completes. Got the Evolution Chamber also complete for Tsunami. Is also getting that +1 Carapace as expected. Yeah, so see Tsunami just trying to get some pressure done with those Mulists that he had left over from the initial stage of the game. But this one turret is enough to deflect them away from that expansion. Got the double upgrades going now for Slayer now that he has that second base. +1 is also completed, so +2, +1 is the name of the game for Slayer. Only one starport and one factory though. No tanks though. Looks like he stopped going for the tank tech after that initial drop, as we got a couple of Scourge actually taking out a couple of vessels. Tsunami just pushing back the army of Slayer, but a lot of the Zerglings do go down. And does he have any scans left? Yes, he does. So I thought Slayer might just use up another scan to take out this group of lurkers, but happy to just sit back for now. Dropship still sitting in the main base. Okay, now he decides to clean up this army of lurkers, but not without a bit of a loss of marine count. Yep, Hive on the way as the Overlord Speed has completed researching for Tsunami. It's also getting the +1 for the melee, so expect a lot of cracklings and perhaps a transition to Ultralisk in the late game. Would like him to secure a third gas though, whether it be an island base, or doesn't have a drop yet, or the 9 o'clock. And we do see Slayer actually go for his own third base at his own mineral natural, so once that is done, that's going to be another source of income for him, albeit just minerals. And he's also adding the second starport, so I guess you could say this is a bit of an SK style from Slayer. That being said though, it's not the SK Terran that we are accustomed to, being very upgrade reliant and getting those upgrades early, I should say. Does try to go for an attack here at the mineral natural of Tsunami, but lurkers are enough to push this force back. And Slayer taking another base actually, so it's a lot of minerals that are going to be coming in for our Norwegian Terran player if they are to stay up. Very nice positioning here from Tsunami. This mineral natural, one of the better mineral naturals on Lost Temple, because you can use it as a defensive buffer zone against your opponent's pushes. When you compare it to, like, say, this expansion, this expansion or this expansion, where it's a bit out of the way. These two, perfect positions for thirds. Do see counterattack here from Tsunami. A group of Zerglings should be able to force a liftoff on that command center, and indeed we do see a liftoff. Group of Marines and a medic coming to clean up this counterattack, and we got the burrow from Tsunami to be a bit of a nuisance. This expansion is done though for Slayer, so transfers a lot of the SCVs from the main base as well as that third base to that mineral natural. So the +1 carapace is done. We should be seeing +2 either way. It is indeed. +1 melee weapons as well for the ground units. And okay, we've got a Great Aspire, so we've got a few Guardians being morphed in from that top right. And also we can see a Defiler Mound, so it's actually really funny, the evolution of the Defiler. It was always seen as a not that great of a unit back in 2001 to say 2004. Obviously the person that revolutionized the power of the Defiler in the Zerg vs Terran matchup was Savior. Just showing how OP Darkswarm is. But in this particular game, we see Tsunami actually going for his own Defiler tech, as opposed to the Ultralists that were very common, because there wasn't really much you needed to do with him. You just get the quick +2 carapace upgrade on those Ultras, and just aim move with some. Oh, we got to see Infested Terran. Is it infested? Yes, it is. Oh my god, that is sick. Yeah, another thing that I forgot to mention about Tsunami is that he loves going for queens. He was one of the few players in the scene to go for queens and ensnare back in the day. And that one queen just taking out expansion. Very sick move there from Tsunami. And that... will that make it back? No, okay. So it looks like he's just going to build Infested Terrans from that position. Not until... as we do see the Guardians being annoying, but a couple of Radiates should be able to clean this up. Got this large group of Zerglings coming in, but with these upgrades on Slayer's Marine Medic Force... Ooh, actually, we've got Dark Swarm from Tsunami, so should be able to force Slayer's ball back. Don't see the Infested Terrans being built just yet here, but I'll keep an eye on that as the Guardians do go down to, I assume, was the Science Vessel. Speaking of which, we should see the Science Vessel get the Radiate off on the Defiler. Yes, we do. Are we going to see a Plague? Nope, just another Dark Swarm, but Slayer being distracted loses yet another... Oh, he loses all his vessels, actually, so... a bit of poor control there from Slayer. As we all know, you gotta keep up that Science Vessel count when you're playing against the Hive Tech of the Zerg in this matchup. And now we do see Tsunami taking this 9 o'clock base to get the third gas. As this gas at the main base is about to be mined out. This one in the main base of Slayer is already depleted. So if he's not able to secure this 2 o'clock, it's going to be a very low source of gas income being brought in for Slayer. Group of Lurkers and Zerglings come moving up through the middle of the map here for Tsunami. Not sure where the file is though. Firebat should do a good job dealing with these Zerglings. Yeah, and Slayer just expanding all over the right side of the map. Might as well. Oh, Slayer's actually coming in with this force. Without the Defiler, this just gets mopped up very quickly. So after that one Defiler that was built by Tsunami, don't see another one. He had the Consume as well, so having that having another Defiler in this situation where he's being attacked by Slayer would be very useful. Alright, let's see if Lurkers get Burrow in on time. No, they don't. It looks like this base will be killed. Yep, and yep, Command Center, the Infested Command Center is killed as well during this. Lurkers doing their best to try and defend from this army. A lot of Marine Medic, but more importantly, the upgrades. 3-2 on them. Bit of a drop here to stop mining from this expansion. This command center is done, but I think this group of Marine Medics should be able to clean up this little task force of Tsunami. Yeah, Tsunami very rich right now. It's also got this 2 o'clock base secured. This expansion as well should be able to just mass units. Got double starports too. And Tsunami can't really move out. He's got this one Defiler, sure, but he needs Zerglings to eat up with Consume. Does have a Nidus though at the main base. I assume it's connecting to the expansion, and yes it is. Counterattack here from Tsunami should be able to clean up a lot of these ACVs at the Mineral Natural. And at the moment, Tsunami has a lot of minerals, but no gas at all. Tries to do a bit of harass here at the 2 o'clock natural, doesn't get much done. And also cleans up the Zerglings at the 6 o'clock mineral natural. Dropship's now been built for Slayer, so we should be seeing him utilize them to drop at 9 o'clock and maybe drop the islands as well to get another source of resource income. It's also got this one here from the early game. And this is the thing that we see all too common in the Terran vs. Zerg mid to late games, the ball of science vessels. Although Scourge do take them out, or take a couple of out I should say. Another drop here from Tsunami. Able to take out a bit of the infrastructure of Slayer, but nothing that is going to hurt him in the long run. You can see the macro power that Slayer has off, was it 1, 2, 3, 4 mining bases. Got these barracks here. The 2 starports, although I think he should maybe add some more starports. Got this flock of Scourge coming. Oh, is he actually going to catch these? Yes, he will. So that's 2 dropships going down. All the dropships go down, and that is a lot of Slayer's army being killed, being intercepted by Tsunami. Very nice play. Got a counterattack here at the 2 o'clock expansion as well. Let's see if he's able to clean up these Marines. As I said, Tsunami being a very low APM player, probably not paying attention to this drop, as Slayer cleans that up. Mineral natural, or rather the natural of Tsunami has been mined out, so he's only working off this one base. Slayer, this expansion's about to mine out, but he's got this entire right side of the map to work with. Looks like he's going to take the 8 o'clock expansion, and with this drop, take the bottom right island base. And Slayer's just chilling at the moment. Frankly, if he just A-moved his army towards the main base of Tsunami, he'd probably just win the game outright. Because Tsunami only has Zerglings and Defilers. Honestly, I think these Zerglings might just clean up this drop that's coming in from Slayer. So do see a counterattack here from Tsunami. He's got Zerglings and Defilers. Very nice positioning here from Slayer with the drop. Firebat's just providing a nice defensive buffer as this expansion does go down, but looks like these 3 hatches will go down as well if Slayer is paying attention, which he isn't. He's trying to deal with this attack. Slayer is floating a lot of money though, and he is maxed out. I wonder if he has anything, any more vessels besides this group here that's sitting at the front. No, I don't really see any. Oh, lurk drop here from Tsunami. So that's another annoying thing that Slayer has to deal with. Although, if he sends the vessel, or a vessel over, yeah, he does indeed, to deal with that, he will clean it up. Scourge though. Woo! Nice cloning there from the Scourge. Kills a whole bunch of vessels of Slayer. And this drop not being controlled by Slayer. And here we go. Okay, we've got some Ultralists coming out. Banking a lot of his gas though into this little Ultralist force. But the good thing for Tsunami is that he killed a bunch of Slayer's vessels with the Scourge a minute or so ago, so they won't be irradiated anytime soon. This expansion at the bottom right island is done. We'll probably see a Nidus being, or the Nidus is already done, and I assume this is the one that connects it to the island base. Slayer is pushing forward though with his 200, 3 army. Where are his Defilers? He needs Defilers to help out the Ultralists, because without Darkswarm or even Zerglings to help augment the damage, Ultras aren't really that great. And he doesn't even have the +2 armor upgrade, which helps against Bio immensely. Oh my god, so many Firebats. Yeah, there is some Zerglings, but getting immediately roasted by Slayer. Do see that drone count from the natural being sent to the island. So Tsunami's got a nice source of income with these 2 bases. He just needs a Defiler to help defend from this big army, the 200 bio ball of Slayer. Do see little Firebat force come into his expansion. Probably take out a lot of tech if Tsunami doesn't deal with it quickly. Or Scourge running, the vessel running by the Scourge, rather. And while that's happening, we've got another attack here from Slayer. Defensive Matrix doing wonders. 5-Bat stayed alive for a million years. And I think this should be enough for Slayer to clean up the rest of this army. Oh no, we've got Ultralisk being hatched in. So should be able to clean the rest of this army up, but let's see, we've got 11, 15, 17, 18, 19 barracks that are just going to continually produce for Slayer. And I think we're probably seeing the beginning of the end here for Tsunami. As this army does get chased off by the Ultraling of our Zerg player. But we have this massive group of 5-Bats bracing for an attack. And I don't see any Marines being built at all from Slayer. It's just nothing but 5-Bat. Yeah, as we see here, just attack moving with them. But these 2 lurkers enough to force Slayer to move back, although he does have he has mass energy. As I say that, just decides to D-Matrix, so they go for it to radiate. These D-Matrix 5-Bats just leaning. Oh no, actually, they do go down pretty quickly. But yeah, we got 75 supply for Tsunami, 200 steel for Slayer. Should be seeing GG very soon from Tsunami. Tsunami does clean up this little force from Slayer, but it's going to be too little too late. That being said, the +2 Carapace on those Ultralisks has completed, but too little too late. If you had them when the Ultralisks first spawned, they might have made a big difference, but as such, Tsunami's now in this position where Slayer has the entire right side of the map. He's got a lot of infrastructure, and he's now moving for what might be the final attack of this game. Oh, I got the double drop as well with mass 5-Bats cleaning everything up. Base is dead. And yeah, the vessel's coming in with a radiate to clear out the rest of these Ultralisks. Trying to get something done with whatever unit he has. Mass Zerglings, that's all that Tsunami can afford at the moment. But the mass 5-Bats deal with them. Bit of a counterattack there that didn't work out, and that is GG from Tsunami. So yeah, very interesting game. We got to see Defilers, which we seldom see during this age, and I guess a precursor to the modern day SK Terran that we're so accustomed to. But very nice play there from Slayer with the mass base playstyle. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see any Infested Terrans, but it is what it is, and thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next game. Thank you.